welcome back everyone. Today we're going to talk about Hellfire and Back.
This is our second early war book. It follows on from Blitzkrieg. It's about the same size. It covers the early war battles, 1940 and 41 in the desert, in Libya and Egypt. It includes British, Italian and German forces. Inside you'll find 4 different Italian forces covering tanks and infantry and motorcycle infantry, and a new type of force, a desert fortified force.
That's the Posizioni di Fucilieri, forgive my Italian pronunciation.
Yeah, these are sort of forces that are defending places like Tobruk and Bardia. Then we have the German forces, and there's 9 different companies in that.
Yeah, there's all the usual suspects from Lichter and Mittelleere Panzer companies, Panzer Grenadiers, Pioneers, infantry, and they get a version of the Posizioni called a Stützpunkt.
Yes.
And they get 2 warriors?
Yes, 2 warriors, and also the Italians have 1 warrior.
Yeah, so we've got Rommel returns, we've got Faletti, who's the Italian warrior, and we've got Hubner, who's an 88 warrior.
Yeah, he's basically an 88 ace gunner sort of thing. Yeah.
Then moving into the British.
There's 10 different companies in that one. But this is not just British, it also covers Commonwealth forces such as Indians and Australians and New Zealanders and South Africans. So there's a good variety of different forces you can make out of that.
Yeah, you can do a similar force to the as you can from Blitzkrieg with the cruiser tanks.
Yep.
As well as I tanks, jock column, armoured cars, div cav.
Yep. As well as and some of the later types of tank companies, which include the Honey Stuarts and the Crusaders.
Yeah. As well as infantry, because of course they're queen of the battlefield.
Yep. And they also have a defensive fortified force, which is the Australians in Tobruk, and that's similar sort of positions as the Italians, and because they actually took over the Italian fortifications in Tobruk.
Yeah, so they've got some awesome flavourful units in there as well.
Yeah.
To go with these fortified lists, you've also made some new fortifications.
Yeah, basically the way the fortifications were used in the desert were more pockets of strong resistance rather than a hard line of fortifications. So you got these little strong points that are centred around some gun and machine gun nests, and are protected by barbed wire and minefields, etc.
Yeah, so few men, many guns.
Yeah, basically that sort of thing. Yeah.
Cool. And of course, to go that, I mean, you're going to potentially run into some situations where you've got, at a tournament where you've got 2 fortified forces, and you've come up with a way to deal with that as well, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we've got a new mission called Tobruk Raid, and it's basically you put your 2 fortified forces down on the table, and then you put an objective and a patrol in no man's land, and basically it's a bit of a battle for the domination of no man's land.
Yeah, that's quite cool. I mean,
so it's just to give you a mission to play if you do run into each other with 2 fortified forces.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be no fun playing a free-for-all with 2 fortified forces and nobody wants to move.
Yes. So we thought we'd come up with an option to solve that problem.
As well as that, you've come up with a couple of new missions too.
Yeah, we've got Dust Up, which is a new a free-for-all style mission. It's a diagonally opposed forces, and you have delayed reserves that come in the other corners.
Yeah, so it's sort of like you start off going towards and you have a swirling mess in the middle.
Yeah, kind of the swirling sort of tank battle, sort of things you used to get in the desert when with the Italians and the British, or the British and the Germans used to run into each other. Yeah. As
well as that, you've had a go at Witch's Cauldron.
Yeah, Cauldron. So the old Cauldron, we've got a new mission called Witch's Cauldron. It's still a similar concept. It's the troop or patrol that's managed to infiltrate the enemy lines and then made camp, wake up in the morning and you're surrounded by the enemy positions.
Yeah. So for those people who weren't too enamoured with the old Cauldron, this one might be for them.
Yeah, I think this one gives a more even game with a variety of different forces. Yeah.
Cool. You had a go at making some interesting rules for desert terrain as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we've introduced some variable desert terrain. So the idea behind these is that you put down the terrain piece, but there are several different options for how that terrain piece works in the game. So you don't roll for it until you actually hit it. So for example, you might have a patch of rough ground, and this might be soft sand, or it might be just it might be salt marsh, or it actually might just be a hard piece of desert that's actually you can just drive across like the rest of the desert.
As well as the new book, we're going to have plenty of new miniatures, such as the Milmart L3s, M1139s, remastered Valentines, cruisers.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
There's a lot of stuff. We're going to go into a lot more detail with all of these lists and everything in later videos. But we thought we'd just give you a bit of a teaser to start with.
So thanks for watching, and
see you next time. Keep tuned.
Yeah, keep tuned.